Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli.
Welcome back to
The Cimorelli podcast. Hey guys, thanks so much for coming to the show. You in the audience. It's episode 108. Why was I able to remember that so well? First of all, she just told me. Second of all, my husband sees 108 everywhere he goes. His numbers, everything, it's always 108. So I'm like, oh, it's 108.
Whoa.
Weird. Yeah, so it's 108. It's 108. We're talking about bad opinion. Just kidding. Unpopular opinions today.
We all got them.
We all want to be popular, but sometimes we're just not. So sometimes we don't go with the crowd. Oh, I should probably acknowledge I'm wearing a wig today. Small detail.
I thought it was her hair when I walked in. I was like, whoa.
Kat walked in and went, whoa. Christina was blind.
Because Lisa always says, I'm gonna do my hair, and so we're expecting it.
We would have been halfway through the episode and Christina goes, wait,
It's not
did you
that
do your
shocking.
eyebrows today?
Okay, if Lisa comes in with different hair color, it doesn't shock me at all. I'm
But
just like,
I'm
oh.
saying
with no warning.
normally it registers. Anyway, look, moving on. She has no eyes. It's okay. We love her anyway.
She has no eyebrows.
I have eyebrows, thank goodness.
We're going to jump into the show and tell you a little bit about our
Lives.
ups and downs, right?
Oh,
That we start with?
with? Yeah.
We do.
Okay.
So, guys, I want to remind you that if you want to see all the full episodes, you need to join our Patreon. We put like half of every other episode on YouTube, and then you get a full, then you get a half and full. But you get all the episodes on Patreon, including the last season. Guys, there's some really good episodes.
Yeah,
on
don't let them
Patreon.
die in the dark.
And you can go back and watch them. They're very good.
very.
So that's linked in our description if you want to check that out. You just try it for a month and see if you like it, and just watch a bunch of episodes, see what you think. And I want to tell you that our last episode we did was what not to do in a breakup. And then the
that
next
was a
one,
wild episode.
oh, the next one we're doing is our postpartum health. Well, not them, but they're
Me
they're
and
like
Amy are doing it.
they're
They're
like
in it.
interviewing. Okay. Our postpartum health and fitness journeys. Juicy.
Our post party.
So that's coming up. It was not.
Well, it's more like it's my party. I can cry if I want to type of situation.
It's like, yeah. Well, it's like the
So-
chaos level of Project X, but just babies and
Oh my
yeah,
god!
spit up.
I didn't even see that scene.
I didn't either. But
Okay, anyway. So that's what's coming up. That's what you missed last time. And now we're going to jump into our highs and lows. What are your guys' highs and lows of the week?
I can start.
please
So-
do,
Wow.
Why?
because I need to think of my low.
Oh, okay.
I already thought of it. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so my low happened yesterday. You guys were pretty much all there except for Lauren. She wasn't feeling good.
What?
Oh,
Oh, no.
I was trying to pack up my laptop,
Okay.
and then I sat on
Don't
what
say
I
it.
thought was a bench, but it was a table with 3 legs. And
you weren't
slowly
there.
one of the legs started going.
What table?
It's the little like live edge
It's
wood
like an
one
end
with the
table.
metal
You
things.
Broke it?
No, it's not broken.
It popped. The leg popped back in, but it started
It like bent, right?
And I
It's
was
a metal.
holding my son, Leo, and I was like, save the baby. So I like fell backwards holding Leo.
Into
and
a light.
And I fell into, I thought it was a tripod.
No, it was a big light.
Whatever it was,
lamp?
it was very pokey, and it was poking my back, and I couldn't get out of it because I was like trapped by the table. So I have a big bruise on my back now and a scratch mark, and it kind of hurts a little, but it's okay. I'm fine.
That is right.
Kath, you gotta look for you.
I felt pure
I
horror
know.
for you because
Me
I've fallen
too.
many
I was
a
like,
time.
I was like, I don't know what kind of sound I made, but I was like, ah!
You're just like, whoa.
Yeah, it was very shocking. But so yeah, that was my low because it kind of hurt. And then my high was, unexpectedly, one of my friends who also has twins, she has twins that are 6 months older than mine, asked if I wanted to go on a walk. And I was like, yes. So we went on a twin mom walk, and it was just, I was like, wow.
twin power?
Yes, and she's also a triplet,
Wait,
which is
did you
really cool.
stroll your twins at the
Yes,
same
we
time?
both strolled our
Wait, whoa.
twins.
Did you say she is a
She's
triplet?
a triplet.
Who had
so
twins?
she is a triplet who has twins. And
Wow.
I learning from her because
I'm a
she's
triple who has
She
twins.
lived
No.
it.
I'm
Wow.
one of 11, so
First-hand experience.
yeah, and she's 6 months ahead of me. So I was like, okay, I really want to
So
travel with the twins. Like,
weird.
what do you do? Like, I get her advice on things, and we just chat about. I'm like, how do you make time for yourself? Like, we just, yeah, it's a good combo.
That's so fun.
So yeah, it was really fun, and it was beautiful. It was like perfect sunny day.
I feel like if
So I really
saw
enjoyed that.
two twin moms just casually strolling,
be
I
like,
would be like
"What?"
starstruck.
Like, I'm not worthy.
Honestly, I
like,
kind of
whoa.
felt like it was a pretty cool
kinda
moment.
dramatic.
Pretty cool moment. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. Okay. So let's start with the low. Oh man, I thought of the. Oh, never mind. Okay. So
Okay.
it's all about sleep. It's all about baby sleep. When is it not? Not the high, but the low. Lily and I had a bit of a battle. Now, it was not the most epic battle. There have been worse. But she had the 8-month regression and it was really rough just waking up all throughout the night. Hard to put to sleep. Hard to get to stay asleep. You know, we were finally, I thought we were kind of like out of the woods. And then I think it was like the night of Easter. I think we were out kind of late, or maybe the night after. And usually she goes to bed like 7:30, but I didn't put her down till like 8:30. And usually it takes like 30 minutes, but it took like 2 hours. And you don't understand if you haven't gone through that, like the mentally draining emotional. It's mentally and emotionally draining. Like I had to keep taking breaks, sit on the rocker and be like, I gotta give you a minute. I need to take a minute.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
had
had
to
to
do
like
that
talk
too.
to myself the whole time. I'm like, okay, let's do a mindset
I've had to
shift.
like
Yeah.
walk out of the room
Oh my gosh.
on the verge of tears, just be like,
yeah, no, you have to take a break. You have to
No,
just
I
step
just cried
away.
going, I'm like, nah.
No, stepping away is better to me because then I
I'm
can
like,
refresh.
Let me collect myself and then I'll come back.
But it was really tough. And she, you know what's funny is part of it, she wasn't even like crying and crying. She just wouldn't go to sleep. And I could have like left her to go to sleep by herself, but she was a little too like, wait, I don't want to go to sleep, but I don't want you to leave. And she kept playing with her hair and the top of her helmet, which was keeping her awake. So then I would like, put her hands down and, rub her shoulders, like, okay, go to sleep. And then she would go, ding. So she would like, it would like make her relaxed,
It's
but
like
then
a
she would,
relaxing thing.
it was like relaxed, but then couldn't fall asleep. She was just wired. So I eventually had to rock her to sleep, and that took a long time too. Usually she goes right to sleep. So that was the low. The high is, let's say that not my cycle, but certain things have just ended for me, and I'm in a great place hormonally. I'm feeling, not my cycle ended, because when your cycle ends, doesn't your period starts when your cycle ends?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So just ended, and I'm feeling great.
You mean, wait, what
For
is
me,
it?
The Red Devil.
yeah, the red devil's gone, and for me,
building.
literally like the last day or the day after, it's like ping. I mean, you know what's funny is my husband noticed this and was like, "Oh, I know. I feel like every few weeks, like." You're like, oh, you're really down, you're really sad. And then when it ends, you're like, I'm killing it. I'm on top of the world.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
gonna do
this
stuff.
is so
He's like, and
true.
you are
Yes.
killing it.
Of
And
her.
you're like, woo. And then you kind of go down. And I was like, no, don't talk about going down. So I'm like, he's like, and he's like,
true.
oh, yeah. For like a few weeks, you are like killing it. And you really are like, woo. And I was
then
like,
she's
okay,
mad.
we'll just stop there. So that's awesome. You know that every month I have a great time. He's like, yeah. So I'm having a great time right now. I was like, I'm going to wear a wig. I'm going to put on my new clothes. Like, wow, what can I do? I'm so creative. I'm energized. Woo! And then Lily's sleeping. That's like, that combined with, couldn't be
That's
better.
a true high
Love
once they
it.
start sleeping
that's
again. You're like,
interesting 'cause
yes.
The week before for me is actually my worst week, and the week of is not that bad.
Oh my
yours,
gosh.
I know it's the week of.
Yeah,
I know.
same.
I know.
Same.
The week
I'm more like
before,
you.
I'm like,
kind of like
The
I
week
just
before, I'm
feel
like, everyone
I feel
hates
just,
me.
like, normal.
I'm the ugliest
Oh my
person on
gosh.
earth.
And then
I'm so hated.
yeah. Then when a period actually comes, I'm like,
I'm so
My
hated.
period comes, I'm
no,
just like
2 days before maybe I'll be like, "Ugh," and then it happens,
Oh.
and then like when it's happening, like the first 3 days, like, "Ugh," and then the last 2 days, I'm like, ooh.
wow.
It's
What
a
a roller
fun
coaster.
ride.
It's good when we know our patterns. Who wants to go
Yes.
next?
I didn't know you knew
I'll
them.
go. My low was I got sick. And I'm still a little bit sick, but I'm feeling better. That's why I'm here. My high was
The shirt I gave you.
Yeah.
I forgot I gave that to you. Wow,
Is
bless.
this like Lisa's closet thing that you like posting in your story?
Yeah, it is.
Lisa gave you a bunch of clothes.
I love
Yes.
it. Glad to see
Um,
it put to use anyway.
Wait, I didn't think of my high.
Or
What
it's like,
happened
been
last
sitting in
week?
the depths
Anyone
of
know?
sickness.
I don't know.
Easter, you got sick.
No, last week, not weekend.
Holy week.
I don't know. I deleted it from my brain.
Oh, wait.
Not a great week.
I don't know, guys.
cannot
I don't know what my
remember.
high was. I guess my high was that I started feeling better from being sick.
Sometimes that's all
And
you
then you
got.
got sick again.
Boring.
What?
No.
Oh, do you mean today? I thought you meant you said
Today.
last week. I was like,
No.
She was looking for high.
Low, I
couldn't be
got
found.
sick. High is I'm getting better.
That's
That's
good,
it.
Lord.
Love that.
Good for you.
You?
Okay.
You?
Let's.
You sound like she's a peasant.
Okay.
You peasant.
Okay.
You.
Let's take a moment.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So.
Moment of silence.
Okay. My low was that I was losing my marbles yesterday because I was very stressed out.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Not great.
Interesting.
But the marbles have been collected more now, so we're getting better.
good.
Let's think. Yeah, that was low. My high was that I went to a party yesterday.
And you met a new friend.
And I met a friend.
On a
Because
twist.
usually when I go to these parties in this like certain social circle, I don't have anyone to like
Cling
know,
to.
cling to.
This I told you this. You
Yes,
didn't
you were
realize this.
right.
I told you.
because
This
when-
is part
yeah.
of your anxiety because
Yes.
you don't have a base. Like in
Yes.
tag, you need to be able to go to
Yes.
base.
Because
have base.
I am like, I'm totally fine just going from person to person, which I am. But then it also leaves you for about a third of the time you're there
You're
alone.
like,
Trying to find
Going
one
to a
conversation to
party
get into.
by
It's
yourself
tiring.
is nerve-wracking.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
an
an
I
extrovert.
have done
time.
it, and I'm so proud of myself when I do because it's
like,
like you conquer it.
Guys,
If you stick it out and relax, you will conquer
I
it.
exclusively go to parties alone. So maybe that's why I have
That-
a
that is
really hard
savage.
time going every time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have fun and I just
Why don't
it's
you ever
like-
bring someone?
because I don't want to be
You don't
tied
think
to
of
the
it?
rhythm also.
But
What?
you do, Amy.
But
you
I
need
do
to be
now.
tied down a
I
little
need-
bit.
So
what?
You,
the
so you
heck?
found a friend?
I met someone last night who was really cool and we like got along really well. And she's like, I
Good.
hate going to these things too. And I was like,
Good.
yeah.
Friends. I
Yeah,
love
it was really
friends.
fun. It was
Good for you, Amy. I'm
for
proud of
you.
you. That takes a lot of guts.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll
I
finish
literally,
up.
wait, I show up yesterday and this guy's like, where did you come from? And I was like,
My mom's
my
stomach.
car? I don't know.
Where did
Where
you
did
come
I literally was just
Well,
like,
I was born in
and
California.
this is the guy that thinks my name is Emily. So he's like, where did Emily come
A
from?
moment of silence for
my
Emily.
He said
gosh.
Emily.
No,
Where
but
did
he's
Emily
called me Emily like 4 times.
Do you ever say Amy?
Every single time I say my name
Oh.
is Amy.
That's even way worse.
Wait, wow, I feel better about my own lack of memory right now.
And then he's the
Probably.
one whose roommate calls me Emily, Elizabeth, just every E name. So
Wow.
I am known to their house as a different person.
You know what's funny though is one of my friends misspells Lily's name every like 90 times
Oh
now,
my
2
gosh.
L's, and
People
I say
love to do
I
that.
reply back 1 L. I'm like, oh
They
yeah,
never
Lily just
learn.
blah blah. I'm like, yeah, she probably won't know. It never does.
Yeah.
Every time 2 L's, or it's autocorrect because it's in typing. I don't know, but
I've had multiple people think Dominic's name is Dominique.
That is the weirdest.
that is a
that
girl's
a woman's name.
People think Barrett is Bennett
Bennett. Oh, that's
I like that name.
or Garrett.
Garrett. Garrett's
I
a
like
good
Ben.
name,
I'm
too.
Team Bennett.
Bennett. Okay.
Ben.
That's funny.
So let's see. My low is that I also got a cold a while ago. Well, in the week. It was
while
just a
ago?
short.
Oh.
It was a short.
A cold really went around.
It
the
was a
block,
short
guys.
stint. It was like over the weekend.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad cold. I don't.
It was
think.
really mild. I had it too.
Except for it gave me sinus pain was the problem.
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Yikes.
And it's still like I might have like a sinus infection at this point because my sinuses hurt. Anyway, no one cares. So
See, I thought
my
I had
high-
that, but I actually have a bruise because Lily headbutted me.
Oh.
My
With
high.
a helmet. Anyway.
Okay, my high
Oh.
is that I had a really good conversation with my dad
Oh.
over the weekend.
Wow, you didn't tell me about
That's
that.
nice.
We just had a really good.
Who's
Okay,
dad?
whenever we have conversations about like growing and healing, which is not that often, but he's really. I don't know why we don't. We really should
Insightful?
more. No, it's just more like relatable. Like we have like very similar things.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So you, like,
So we had like a
connect.
really good conversation about growing and healing, and like
That's good.
figuring
Like, Dad,
out.
I want to be 5'7", but I'm 5'6".
Oh
Yeah.
No, but anyway,
put on
it
some
was
heels.
really good because I understood what he was saying. He understood what I was saying. It was just like
that's
a good,
nice.
just like a good, especially because like when I talk about this stuff, I feel like most people would never ever want to talk about this because they'd be like, "That is way too deep. We are not discussing that." But he doesn't think like that. So it was a great conversation, like a really good conversation. And I feel like a lot of people can't go that deep, so it was even cooler.
Wow.
So
So that was
she's
my
saying
high.
I'm smarter than most of the population.
It's not about intelligence.
My superior brain found a match.
It's not about intelligence. It's
Our
about
dad is just like
emotional
very
depth.
You speak
metaphysical.
my language.
Like our dad loves talking about quantum physics. Remember he told us about is it
Yes.
Schrodinger's cat? He like told us
think I
about
remember
that
that?
so long ago, and
and
all
the
these
spook
he
theory and
would
all
go
those
on these
things.
long rants about quantum physics, and we'd all be like, "What?"
I couldn't get
He'd
behind
be like,
it.
"You look at
I
the
was
cat,
like, hey,
and then it
My
lives."
point was
dead or
that
alive.
it's hard to talk about
I'm saying
emotional
our dad is very deep.
things.
I said you can't resurrect a cat by looking at it. I'm sorry. There is no resurrection.
I actually believe it. And I think about it all the
Well,
time.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's move on. So we're gonna
Healing is in the trying.
go to Patreon, guys. We're trying way more to involve you patrons.
Guys, we don't have to try it. We love you. Don't
We
even
do.
mention
No,
it. This is so
I'm
natural.
putting in
Ah.
an
Yeah.
effort here.
For sure. Christina
No.
wants to tell you that she's showing
You're not
up for
ugly
you.
lump. You are the
I'm pulling
the,
up
the beauty queen.
a controversial
we are
episode.
worshiping you. Ooh.
What?
of Lisa.
Oh!
The Office one. Okay,
Oh!
but I don't know if we had any on Patreon. If you guys were like, "What the?" So we did our.
Where were people like,
was
"What the?"
What was it actually about?
On YouTube. It was
I was
about
saying-
toxic. Well, the episode was about like toxic
Toxic
relationships.
rom-com,
Yeah,
that
toxic rom-com
are
couple
seen as,
kind
like,
of.
TV
good.
and movies. And
Although I
said-
don't know if I have anything to say from these comments on that.
I
specifically.
said I don't think Jim and Pam are actually the dream couple that a lot of people think they are.
Yeah, just some people were like, Lisa's way off on this.
Or they
because
just
they're not
say-
you.
Or they say, no, Angela and Dwight are bad. I'm like, okay, that doesn't mean Jim and Pam are good.
Well, that's
Well-
a fallacy.
Well, because you said
can't
that
remember
they were the
what
better
fallacy that
couple,
is.
and then someone's like, he
Oh.
killed her
No, I
cat or
said
something.
I said I like them.
Oh, okay.
I
So
didn't
if you
say
said
they're
they were the better
bad.
couple, not
So
a
a
fallacy.
lot of you in general were okay. It, obviously, she knew it was a heated debate. A lot of you were very, I don't know, heated about it,
Passionate.
and then
The Office is popular.
some of you would agree, I assume, but I don't know. I think the ones who disagreed liked to comment more. But on Patreon, I didn't actually see anything about that specifically. More, you guys are saying like, okay, Janine said she's glad we kept the 5 perspectives in this new round of podcasts,
Love the
Good,
five
good.
pops.
and she
Glad you love
loves
it,
Sister
Janine.
Spotlight.
Yeehaw.
We love it
Thank
too.
you. Oh, and she liked all the main topic we did, whatever. Okay, so let me see what else I can find. I can't wait to watch. Wow, this is kind of hard for me to find the right ones. Ellie loved this episode so much. I'm trying to find something dramatic, but on Patreon, you guys aren't really
Everyone's so
dramatic,
nice.
which is
You guys are really nice.
You guys are
nice.
awesome.
But you could be more opinionated if you
Yeah,
want.
you can throw your opinion out
Don't
there because
be
we want
rude, but,
to
like-
read your opinion. Like you'd be like,
Yeah.
hey, what about this? You can
Yeah.
say that.
Hey, what about this?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, what about a wig?
Dana agreed with you.
Dana agrees. Thank you. I thought Jim and Pam had a toxic relationship near the end of the show. Holly and Michael were better. Holly and Michael are the apex, whatever you want to call it, in my opinion. They are
okay.
the
I don't know who they
the
are.
pinnacle.
Okay.
Well, I'm
Zenith,
not
Taylor said the movies or TV shows where there's a positive, healthy example of a relationship are few and far between. And she goes on, but I
It's
agree.
true.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like
I
boring,
agree.
I guess. People are just
Yeah.
like, oh, there's no
That's
drama.
true.
Yeah, does that
I
sell
had
movie tickets?
a labor and
No.
delivery nurse in there. had an interesting comment.
Lucy said, guys, this is really random, but my ballet teacher told me I need to watch more comedy to become less of a perfectionist. And she told me to watch Leap Year. It doesn't sound
Is
like a
that
comedy, though.
gonna help?
What?
No, I don't know if that helps.
It's a comedy. It just depends on your sense of humor.
That is
I don't
really
know.
funny,
And then
though.
I had a labor and delivery nurse who said, Erica, who said that my Get Real Christina, was that Get Real Christina or what
Yes.
was it?
Yeah.
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 How
How
long
ago was that?
consent?
Oh, that was eye-opening, and it made her think.
Aw, that's nice.
And I
That's
do
really
want to
nice.
shout out in this moment. We're gonna move on to the next one, but I do want to shout out that I think from what I've seen, because I haven't really experienced I haven't experienced any nurses in labor because I wasn't in labor with nurses around me.
Oh, yeah.
I
She
don't
had
know if I was in
C-section.
labor at
You
all.
didn't know.
I don't even know. So,
interesting.
so I
Emergency
haven't
C-section,
experienced that.
sorry.
But from what I've seen and heard, there are just some absolutely incredible nurses who just like make the whole experience and just like
Yes. Oh, yeah.
change lives. And
True.
then what I was talking about is more the ones who are just not good. But I want to shout out there.
Yes.
I've heard of so many incredible ones who
Yeah.
just really, really support and help.
Aw,
so I want to give you
iconic.
a shout
And
out.
I stayed in the hospital for like a week, and I feel like most of the nurses I had were either great or good. There was only 2 out of an entire week of nurses that were bad.
Yeah,
would say.
I was there for 5 days, and the ones I had in
Well-
what's that called? after you delivered? What's it called?
Postpartum
recovery room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some really good ones there.
My
love
husband was in
that.
the hospital for 2 weeks at 2 different hospitals. Every nurse we had pretty much was incredible. Like they're
Shout out to you
angels.
guys.
In the
Honestly,
ER.
I feel
Shout
like
out.
Ooh,
oncologists
shout out.
too are like so. Like one of my friends does oncology, and
Oh
she's
my
like
gosh,
such
yeah.
a big heart. I mean,
Yeah.
all nurses have big hearts. I would say
It was just incredible
Well,
being
except for
around all these
the
people.
bullies that you mentioned last time.
Right.
But you know what?
they're
Maybe
really
they
the
have
odd
a big
ones
heart in
out.
other
Maybe
ways.
they started out with
my
the big heart.
opinion of nurses now is like through the roof because I just didn't really know anything before. Now I'm like, oh my gosh,
point
especially
is-
the ER.
If you're a really like great nurse, you really affect people.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
good job to
When
you.
they're so vulnerable.
Good job to you.
You're doing the Lord's work.
I gotta give you a shout out.
Angels.
Okay, so we're gonna go to our 5 perspectives. We have a question that we each make up like different questions, and I picked one of you guys. You don't know which one it is. It's just a random one. I don't know who made this one up, and then we all just give our perspective on it. So the 5 perspectives for this one is: do you let your gas tank get empty, or do you keep it at a certain point?
I think that was me.
I think that was Amy. Yeah.
I was guessing.
Okay,
it
why
was
don't you go first?
I fill up my gas tank every Friday.
Wait, so how low does it get usually?
Usually, if I'm doing every Friday, it's about half.
Oh,
So I just
Wow.
fill back up.
let me
But
tell
if
you.
I go 2 weeks,
I
I'm doing the whole thing.
fill up my gas tank sometimes less than once a month.
What?
And yeah,
How?
I usually because I only drive here like twice a week.
You don't go
Wait,
anywhere.
but that's
don't
what
go
I
anywhere
do.
No, I
No,
go to the place
Chad
where Chad always
drives you.
drives.
Oh,
Okay. When I hang out with my
That
friends, I
makes
say
sense.
let's go on a walk.
Yeah.
We walk a lot.
Lisa,
or
you are a smart lady.
when I drive to like a very nearby
Really close.
neighborhood and go. I just stay really close to home.
Especially in
So,
these
yeah, either
unprecedented
Chad's
gas times.
Yeah, Chad's driving
Pain at
somewhere
the
and we're going
pump.
out together, or I'm
Pain.
staying close. So
then
but
that
I
doesn't
let
answer
it
the
get
question.
empty. I let it get like really low, and
No,
then I'm like,
it's bad
'cause
for your car to do that.
I wait, not empty,
Yeah.
but I
Is
wait
that
till it
facts?
gets really
yeah,
low.
to drive on a low gas tank is bad for your car.
What does it do?
I don't know. I just know that it's bad.
I gotta Google it. Then.
Wait, what? I do that all the time.
Okay, so your
You
answer
should
is you
try
let
to
it get
keep
empty.
it at
Okay.
half or more.
I aspire, and sometimes I do reach that goal. I try to do it when it gets under a quarter of a tank. I try to go fill it up. But a lot of times I'm just in a rush and I'm like, oh, I'll do it next time, I'll do it next time.
That's why you have to
So
have a day, Catherine.
I usually
then you just schedule it
but
in.
Sometimes I don't drive that much that week, so
So
I
you
usually
just
just
fill
do
it back
it
up.
when the
Skip the
gas light comes on. I
No,
just
you
go
don't
fill it
skip
up.
the day. You fill it back up, even if it's
You
$10.
do it when the light comes on?
Yes. Wait,
You
is that
are
bad?
insane.
I thought that was normal.
I do that
Your light
sometimes.
is
bad
on,
for
you
your
fill your
engine,
tank.
Kath.
Oh,
It's bad
okay,
for
well,
your
I
engine.
didn't know
we
that.
need to Google
But
why.
I've had my car
Yeah, I
for
don't know
like
why.
7 or 8 years with no problem. So
I'm gonna look it
Listen,
up.
Give me
while
that
we're
fact.
talking.
I drive an electric car, so I don't
She's
have this
fancy.
problem. But in my past, when I
You
did
ran out of gas.
drive another car, I did run out of gas once
I'm so
on the side
that's
of the
never
road.
happened to me. I'm so scared of that.
It wasn't that scary
Then why
because
do you do it on the gas light?
I just
It's never happened
called.
to me.
Anyway, it wasn't that scary because I just called my brother and he brought me gas and it was fine. But I definitely let it go to empty all the time
Yeah, I
it's
do it all the
not
time.
great for
because
your
I
vehicle.
hated filling up gas. It's so annoying.
It is annoying.
Okay, so I used to always let it go to empty, and then I did run out of gas. Something my dad and I
We
have
were
in
in the
common.
car.
My
I remember
dad does
that.
this all the time, actually. But something we don't have in common is I was like, I'm not doing that again. So I've never done it again. And basically, let's see, Nick is always like, always wants me to keep it above half, which whatever.
Half.
Yeah, I try to, but I
He's
don't
like, drive for
always.
1 mile, fill it up again.
He always comes in and he's like, you're killing me.
Once a week, Kathy.
If it's like at a quarter, I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
so
car
dramatic.
experts apparently just recommend staying above a quarter tank.
Oh,
Yeah, I feel like that's
what I
quarter.
aspire to do.
yeah, a quarter's
That's what I
good.
aspire to do.
I would say I do a quarter. I would say I don't stay above half. I would say actually it is a quarter.
This is really convicting me. I'm gonna get my act together.
You should, Kat. You could run out of gas.
Because I was scared I was gonna run out
Did
the
you
other
want
day.
to run out gas with the twins?
That's what I'm. Okay, Amy. Whoa.
Yeah, because when
I did have that
that's
thought
what
the
you
other
gotta
day, and I
think
was like,
about.
I
guys,
can't do this.
when
anymore.
I ran out of gas, it was on a road that was somewhat like windy with very little shoulder, and I ran out in the one
We
part
were all in the car.
with like a pole
Wait, so what?
out
That's what I was
area.
wondering. What happens when you run out of gas? Like, does your
Okay.
car just stop
It
moving?
just stops. You like press it and nothing happens.
Isn't that
Yeah.
dangerous? Like, couldn't you like?
Yes,
Yes,
very
yeah,
dangerous.
It's dangerous.
I started pulling over.
It is
You know,
very
we ran
dangerous.
out of gas going up Serrano Parkway.
That's what I'm
It
talking
was
about.
so steep. Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
I'm
I
talking
remember
about.
that
Okay,
vividly.
that's
And there,
terrifying.
I was in one area where there was an area to pull out, and I
Yeah.
got so lucky.
We were on a
That's-
road
that is a
trip
steep
once,
hill.
Terrifying.
and I
Never doing
was
that.
begging us to fill up with gas. I
my
was
gosh.
begging, and I was right because we ran out at
It was us and our
toll
friends.
road. We ran out at a toll road.
We had
Okay.
to call him non-emergency line.
Okay, listen to this. It can damage your vehicle, as if being stuck on the road isn't bad enough, blah, blah. Critical components like your vehicle's fuel pump aren't designed to operate without fuel. If you run out of gas once or twice, it's not going to damage your car, but doing this regularly will damage your
Wait,
car.
so they're saying when you literally run out of gas?
No. When it's really, really low, like the fuel light's on.
Oh, they said that? It sounds like they're saying when you run out of gas, it can damage your fuel component.
It does.
I've never run out of gas.
This is saying driving
ever.
on empty.
How about
like the fuel
someone
lights on.
comment
Okay.
below and tell us what you know?
Maybe like a mechanic.
Yeah,
can
let us
clarify.
know.
I think
I'm
that
doing-
makes sense though
I'm
because
going back to
we
a
have
quarter.
no
it's
mechanics.
trying to run with like no gas in it. And
Okay,
you can't
tell us
have
if you
it.
know. I bet one of you knows and you're dying to tell us.
For
Please tell
sure.
us.
Let us know.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Tell
let's
us.
go to the main thing, which is unpopular opinions. So we each compiled a list of unpopular opinions, and we are going to share. We'll just do like one each, and like, if you want to talk about, if anyone wants to discuss
Elaborate.
it, say you disagree, whatever, go into it. If you don't need to, then you don't need to.
Okay.
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 Who goes
okay.
first? Okay.
I could go.
Go.
All right,
Okay.
let's hear it.
I really don't like the movie It's a Wonderful Life.
I
don't think I've even seen it.
Everyone's
I
like,
didn't
oh,
like it.
this
I never
movie
saw
is
it.
so iconic. Oh my gosh.
Pretty
So
sure I don't like it either.
I finally watched it and I was kind of horrified because the main character is so disrespectful towards women. And I think it is very bad. He violates he basically kind of violates, I can't remember if it's like his wife or girlfriend at the time. And he yells at her really like violently and I'm like,
What?
why is this man being put on a
Yikes.
pedestal?
Doesn't sound very wonderful.
So
to
I
me.
don't agree with that.
Isn't the thing though where it's
Then he has
like
to change
he
his
was
ways?
he was supposed to be like not a good guy, and then he changed?
Yeah.
Was
but
that it?
I don't know. I just
Because
felt
I don't think they're saying that was good, right?
Yeah, I don't think they're saying it's good, but I just felt like it was sort of glossed over and not. I mean, it was a different time.
It was a different time, so it
women
probably
were just
was. They're just like, oh,
women were just
whatever.
very much disrespected in that, and it felt very uncomfortable
Okay.
to watch. So I just personally don't like that. I know that was the time that was made, whatever, but I just didn't like it, and I don't want to see that happen again, even if it is not glamorized. I'm like,
Yeah.
ick. So
See,
yeah,
I
don't like
just
that
didn't
movie.
like it because I don't like watching old movies. They're boring.
Well, I love when people tell me about the premise. I was
mean,
like, that's a
kind of.
great premise. Maybe they can make like a modern version where he doesn't disrespect women. I don't know. That'd be cool. So yeah, I don't like that movie. I was really
Okay.
disappointed.
I have a random one. I hate caffeine. I feel like everyone loves caffeine.
Oh, that
you
is
used to
unpopular.
have that
I
one.
hate
in a video.
caffeine.
really
I love
hate it.
coffee, but I don't drink it because I hate caffeine. And
What
even,
about decaf?
Even decaf. I had this much of a decaf mocha and started getting the shakes. Like
Oh, I
there's
guess it
trace
has
amounts
a
of
little
caffeine
bit,
in
yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's
You're
wild.
so
I don't know why
sensitive.
it affects me so badly, but yeah, I hate
What about
it.
if you had like a soda? Is it the same thing? Because
No,
sodas have
for
caffeine.
some reason soda doesn't affect me.
What?
That's so
I don't
weird.
know.
Or like
They have
chocolate has
caffeine?
caffeine.
But also, I haven't drank a whole soda in a long time. I
okay,
only
what
have a
about like
little bit.
chocolate? That has a little bit.
When I have dark chocolate, acai berries or whatever,
Oh.
I'm like,
Oh
I get a
my
little headache.
gosh.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, that's wild.
That's
I'm
wild.
not caffeine sensitive at all.
Yeah,
So
I hate
that's
it too.
me.
You?
Oh, me. Let me see.
Oh, me.
Okay, here's one. I love small talk and I love meeting new
my
people.
gosh.
I love them so much.
Wait, why? You have to explain.
I
Why do you
feel
like
like
small
the
talk?
queen of it. Because
Wait,
it's
but
easy,
didn't you say you don't
it's
like
fun. No.
Parties.
I
But
like
that's different.
That's
No,
different.
Isn't that
that's
small
because
talk?
no,
No, it's
that's
like
not
floating
why.
around.
I don't like the
unattached to
ending up
anyone.
alone for like a third of the party trying to figure out what conversation
but
gets
when
into
you-
next.
More small talk.
When
Yes.
you are with people,
When I get into a conversation, it's great.
I agree. I love small talk. I
Okay.
genuinely love
It's
the
fun.
weather, all
Right.
of that.
People are just.
I feel like small talk is nice if you connect with the person.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I don't really connect with most people, so it just feels kind of grueling.
Yes.
Or I'm like, ugh.
Yes,
But
yes,
small
yes,
talk
yes.
is good if it's like someone you're like on the same wavelength
To
with.
me, small talk is a doorway. Do not enter the home through the window.
No,
you
I
go
know,
through the
but
doorway.
a doorway
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
to
It's
a
a good
nice
thing.
house you want to be in, or some weird house
Well,
you want to
yeah,
be in.
that's
That's
true.
true. Okay,
That's up
and
to
let me
you.
just say this really quick. I
That's what
think
I'm
I
saying. It's
mentioned
not
this.
small talk's fault.
I think I mentioned this on the
Yeah.
podcast
Okay.
the other like a while back, but if you're having small talk, unless you genuinely hate this person, you're like, get out of my face. If you're not you don't do this. If you're having small talk and this person is asking you a bunch of questions about yourself, ask them a question about themselves. I went to a party like a month or two ago or something, and it was so excruciatingly awkward. I think I talked to 4 different people in a row. I don't know if it's just the type of friends this person has, and all of them, I said the same. I always have my same things I ask people. So, how do you know so-and-so, the host? Oh, where are you from? What do you do for your job? I have these certain questions I like to ask because I feel like that's like appropriate questions.
Yeah.
And all of them just said, oh, I know her from blank. Oh, I do this. I'm from here.
Well,
Didn't
they
ask
were
me a
shy.
single question. Okay, well, do you hate me? Then it's like, okay, sorry, I'm bothering you. Bye. It's just like
maybe
so
they
awkward.
felt really awkward and
Would
they just
you
didn't
not
want to
ask?
talk. Yes,
But
I
Lauren-
have a fear of asking people questions, okay? It's a fear. I don't know why. It's like, I feel like, oh, I'm infringing on them too much. I don't
But
want to
they're
ask
literally
them something.
asking you questions.
I know,
So it's
I know,
showing
I know.
you, like,
no,
open
I know. And
lane,
in my mind, I'm
merge.
like, okay, Lauren, ask this question. Do it. And then I'm just like,
Okay.
I can't do it.
What if they literally just said, like, tell me about what do you do for your work? You could say, what about you?
I
Like,
know.
Okay, but
know,
I also don't
know.
think you need to you don't need to flip every question on the
No,
other person.
but like literally, if they did like
sometimes,
4
once in
or
a
5,
while,
you
yeah.
should just
Well,
throw
if
it
you
back
get in
every
a
once in a while.
conversation, it's normal to be
Okay,
back.
I guarantee not all 4 of
But
those people
Kat,
hated me.
I will tell
One
you-
of them had to at least think I was somewhat
tell you,
interesting. But they
as
didn't
a-
ask any questions.
As an introvert, okay?
Oh my gosh.
The reason why someone would do that, who is me, is either A, I just feel so awkward and just like insecure about the conversation that I'm just trying to end it. So I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna answer this and then hopefully get away from you. And it's not a personal thing. It's not a personal thing. It's more a thing that I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know how to have a conversation.
Okay.
Or I just feel like that weird thing where my mouth won't let me ask a question.
And-
I don't know. I'm just like,
You know
Okay,
what
yeah.
is different is that I don't care if you don't ask me questions about myself.
yes, you
I'd
don't
rather
want
you
to be
not.
asked.
I've felt this from people where they're like, they just love, and I'm like, all right, I'll answer your
That's
question.
me doing that.
But for me,
I
after
don't
a
love
certain
it.
point,
I
it's like,
don't.
okay, I feel uncomfortable. I need to ask you something because
It
it's
just
like too much
feels
attention
weird.
on
You're
me.
like,
Okay.
I don't want to monologue for 30. Like, well, I wasn't monologuing.
I
I was
actually
sitting
don't
there
mind
just
it.
listening.
But
like,
you can feel when someone's fascination
they're
has
like, I think
landed
you're
on
an
you. and it's
idiot.
like, all right,
I
I'll
don't
tell you.
care
That's
about
me.
whether you're dead or
And-
alive.
yeah.
Like, that's what it kind of says. It's
Kat,
literally
I
like
would
they don't
say,
care about
try
you.
not to take it personal.
Yeah, don't take it
like it's not
personal.
It might be a personal
I
problem.
might have gone home and
You know
cried
what?
after that party. I was like,
Aw,
everyone hates me.
Kat.
It was awkward.
I would say
I get
you
it.
can't be afraid to throw your own answers in there too. Like, hey, where are you from? I'm from Florida.
No.
Oh, cool. I'm
I
from
did
California.
that. I did that. And it was just like every time with I swear, all 4 of these conversations, I'd be like, oh, I'm from California. They were like, they were just looking at me like,
Oh.
wow, you're weird. Stop bothering me. It's like, oh my gosh. I think they maybe all hated me, but they
I
seemed
mean,
like
maybe
nice
they
people.
did, Kat.
Maybe
but
they
that's
did.
okay.
Maybe it wasn't your demographic.
But
It
4
probably-
times in a row that you don't have
And
that.
could
I
not be a
was
good
there,
match.
and it was rare, and I do remember it all too well. And they
Oh my
were
god.
kind of strange. So don't take it
Maybe it wasn't
personally.
me.
It
Okay.
was not
You
you.
have an eyewitness. All
It
right.
was not you.
An eyewitness
It
account.
was
Okay,
for
anyway, I'm
sure
sorry. That
not
was my
you.
rant though.
I
Just
struggled through
ask-
those conversations also.
Yes, ask a question. Just putting it out there, PSA. Ask one.
If
Just one.
you would like to.
Or just throw it back to them what they asked you one time. And that's
also,
great.
if someone starts
You're covered.
asking me too many questions, I'm like, ew.
Amy
Okay.
meets me at a party. She's like, ew.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll go to mine. So I don't know how to phrase mine. Let's see. Basically, it's this is a traveling vacation. I think this is really this is unpopular. I know this is unpopular. Okay, I think that places that are like appealing to go to are normally miserable.
Wait, this was one of
appealing
mine.
to you.
Really? No, to,
other
the
people.
public.
Places
Tourist
that most
destination.
people
Tourist
find-
travel.
Ooh, a place where a bunch of people go, like a city or like just any
park.
kind of place with a bunch of people and where things are really, 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 really overpriced and the food is like
and everything's
tourist
aligned.
10
destination.
times
And there's
normally.
traffic and it's crowded.
You have to
It's
wait in
horrible.
100 lines and
Yes,
smell a
I
million
agree.
people around you and get
Oh,
sweat
so
on by a million
Coachella.
people. Anywhere that's
Wow,
like seen
this
as
was literally one of mine.
appealing basically is miserable.
Basically,
I
she's
would
sensible.
say.
I
would say.
agree.
But then to add to that, I think the most interesting or like enjoyable place to go on like a trip or something is like a small town that no one gives one rip about. I don't know why. If it's like
yeah.
an old small town, I think that's really fun
Are
and
you
relaxing.
thinking of a specific place that you've been to?
Every time we like drive through or we've been in a small town for different various reasons, I have such a good time.
Remember we went to that small
Like,
town in
in
Texas
Iowa?
like 10 years ago?
Wow, this makes me want to go
that's
back.
your kind of
was
trip.
so fun. That was so
Okay.
fun. Remember we went to that small
Indiana,
town in
lots of
Texas?
places I've been to that are
and it was
small.
so fun. It was like 10 years
I
ago.
will say though,
We've stayed random like Airbnbs
Yes.
or whatever on tour that would be like in a random small area.
Yeah.
Not that many, but
Yeah.
some. And I think it's
Yeah.
so much more fun than
it's
being
interesting.
I
in
feel
like, a
like
crowded,
you should
popular
vacation
place.
in Maine.
Ooh,
I
no,
just
but
saw-
they probably have destinations.
No.
I've never
Really-
been there, right?
I saw photos.
No.
No, it's beautiful,
Gorgeous.
but it's
Ooh.
very like off the beaten path. You
I
probably
mean,
Yeah.
there's
like it.
small towns in every
Yeah.
state.
Yeah,
I think that
I
was
completely
cool.
agree
I was
with
just like,
that.
wow, what
Same
an
opinion.
unthought of destination that is gorgeous. I'd like to go there.
I would
Yeah,
too,
I
Lisa. Let's
agree.
go.
Has everyone done one?
No, not
you're-
me.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I'll do one that is vacation related. This is my unpopular opinion. Vacations are for sleeping. Okay, they're not for do this, do that, do that. No. Vacation is time to sleep, take it slow, not do a million things. That's my unpopular opinion.
But okay,
I agree.
would
That's
you
like
do
a
like?
half and half
Do you
opinion, I
want to
feel.
do
I don't
anything on
know.
the vacation or literally nothing the whole
I
time?
want to do a little bit, but the main point is for me to catch up on sleep and rest, not for
So
me to
just find
go
a place with a
do
good bed.
10,000 things and then come home and be like, oh, I need to sleep.
I
Yeah,
That
you need a
is horrible.
vacation
I
from your
agree.
vacation.
Okay.
Yes, I
do
hate
you
that.
feel like there are types of trips, or do you feel like every trip is like that?
If it's a trip where it's something where I have to do much stuff, I don't see that as a vacation.
Like a wedding or
I
like
see
a-
that as
like a
like,
trip.
okay, I'm going on this trip. Like, I feel like you do a lot of like high energy
Activity.
trips. I wouldn't call that a vacation. Like going to like Disneyland where you're like, I'm up at the park all day. That's not vacation.
No,
to me. That's
that's
like,
not. That's
okay,
work.
I'm gonna-
Disneyland is not
like,
a vacation.
I'm
That
gonna
is hard
mentally prep to go do this horrifying trip that I have to go on.
the same as you.
But a vacation is like, ooh,
Relax.
it's sleep.
See, I'm like, even
Like,
on
the
my
afternoons
honeymoon
are
where we
for
were
napping.
like, I was really tired. I was still like, let's go boogie board, let's go on a walk, let's ride the bikes.
Is
I was
that
like,
That's a
yeah.
good question for people who do the really like intense active
People have an
things.
itinerary every
Okay,
second
listen,
of the day.
listen.
Is it relaxing or do they don't want to relax?
let me tell you, I've been on a
they
spectrum
don't
of
wanna
trips.
relax.
I've been on trips where it's like so laid back and we just relax and sleep, and then the ones like where it's like 7 a.m. to midnight planned,
That's
so many things. I'm like,
horrible.
oh my gosh.
Maybe it's more like a mental
That's too
escape.
much. I don't get that one. I don't get
Okay,
that. It's
yeah,
too
yeah,
much.
yeah.
I like a mixture of.
I like a
we
mix,
better
too.
sleep in. We're not waking up early
Yes,
for anything
no
unless it's like
early.
some kind of.
Unless, yeah, like
unless we're going to see the
sunrise
wolves
thing
at
or
Better be
Yellowstone or
something
something.
really
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah. But like you better sleep in. But then it's like it's mentally relaxing to immerse myself and
Yeah.
forget about the stress of my life
It's a
or anything I have to
mental whatever I
do.
just said.
It's like
Yeah.
I just want to ride a bike, take in the scenery. We're not pedaling at the Tour de France. We're just cruising.
Yeah,
So it's
I don't
like,
know. I'm just more
it's
low
still
energy
it's
person.
not so, or maybe hopefully I slept in so I have the energy to do.
Yeah,
stuff.
I want to do something, but just not.
I think
bam, 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 bam.
Maybe this
Yeah.
is what you're saying. This is what I'm thinking. If I escape mentally the whole time, which I think is what most people want to do on a vacation, then I come back and I'm so exhausted because I was avoiding my
Didn't do
emotions the
anything.
whole time.
No, that's not
Yeah.
even what I'm
so
saying.
then I'm like,
I'm saying
I just
just
want to relax.
doing things is miserable for me to do things all day.
It's
Any
exhausting.
day
Yeah.
of the year, I don't want to do all day. I want to lay down.
But
I
I
want to
want to
relax.
comment on your point too
I am
because
relaxation nation.
yeah, no, I agree. I think there's mentally escaping, which is avoidance, versus like being present. Where you're like, I'm gonna enjoy the scenery, and then because you know what I do, if something's on my mind, I'm gonna go take a shower that night and cry about it, and then
Yeah.
the next day I'm refreshed.
I
I'm
think
ready to
that-
be present, enjoy the
Good for
scenery.
you.
I think
love
that
you.
people
You have to do both.
they kind of
Yes.
have like more monotonous life,
Yeah.
and so they're like, I want to go on vacation, do all this new fun. But I feel like my life is so like new, stress, la, 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 la,
Yeah.
that I'm like, I don't really want to go and like have this like experience. I feel like my life is
I
already
agree.
kind of like that. But I think
I'm
for
not
a
dying
lot of
for
people,
new
a lot of people,
experiences.
it's kind of like every day is kind of the same. Blah blah. And like, oh, I want to like go see the sights. Blah blah blah. Blah. I don't want to do that.
Well,
You
also
want,
too,
like,
I think
spa
it's
day.
an
Yes.
energy threshold too. Everyone has different
Yes.
energy
Yeah.
thresholds, and I feel like I'm kind of more like you, maybe a little higher, but I don't have a big.
just
You do so much
introverts.
stuff.
Yeah, I'd say
Well,
you're in the middle.
well, listen,
So
okay. Well, you guys are definitely more introverted than I am. Like, I think on trips, you guys want to do a little less than me, but I don't want to do as much as other people. So, like, I feel like when Max and I went to Hawaii, we had a really good balance because every morning we slept as late as we want to do. Well, Max has a hard time with that. He always has to set an alarm. I'm like, Max, we are literally on a trip.
What?
He's like,
He gotta keep his
he likes
circadian rhythm.
consistency. He likes to. He sets his alarm every day
Hey,
for
that's
8
who he
a.m.
is.
That's his thing. And I'm like, come on, just sleep till 10 for once.
I just wake
But
up.
Kat, that's good for your energy levels to wake up at the
Yeah,
same time
it
every
is
day.
good for you. But
It's good.
You know,
My-
I've never seen Max and be like, wow,
Honestly,
he doesn't look energetic.
one of my favorite things on trips.
I've never thought he does look energetic.
But
though.
I've never thought like, wow, he
But
looks
he
tired.
looks alert. He looks
Yeah, when
alert.
He's
He look
always alert
exhausted.
and there.
I've
He's
never
like,
seen
true.
him look tired. Anyway.
But yeah, one of my favorite things on trips, sorry, I'm like elaborating on your point,
you
but
go.
is this is like, I look forward to this so much. I did this in the Bahamas. It was my favorite part of the trip. I did this in Hawaii every morning, which I could do this at home, but for some reason doing it on a trip, you just feel like time is endless. I get like my journal, a book, like a deep book.
Yes.
One of those deep books where
See,
you
I
read
need
a
to
couple
do that.
pages, and then I also do like a book of poetry. And I read, and usually the book's like spiritual, so I'll do like prayer, reflection, journaling, and a poetry, like a poem that I just like take it in. And just sitting there, I would do this in Bahamas. I'd go get my coffee and I would sit down in the morning and I would spend like an hour to 2 hours every morning just soaking
That's
it
a
in.
great
I
start
And
back
it
to
was,
the day.
and
back
at the end
that.
of the week, I had this whole reflection of like, this is what I want to change in my life when I go home.
Yeah,
and this is
I
what I'm
like
grateful
that.
for.
Oh,
And
I
I would
always
get
do
home and be
that.
like, and
That
this is me
sounds
at every
great.
I do this on airplanes too. I always
Oh,
on
yeah.
airplanes would do this. And people
Yeah.
are like,
See, that's
oh,
the
what are you
plane
studying
ride.
for? I'd be like, I'm not studying for anything. I'm just journaling.
Plane ride is the time for the reflection too.
Yeah.
Before you
Yes.
get there, you better get sorted.
And when you're going
what's
home.
bothering you?
And then you're
What is
excited
upsetting
to
you?
go home.
Get it? No, and on the
'Cause-
way there, you get it out so you're clear.
Yes, and then
So
you
you're not
realize like,
stressed
what am
all
I
the time.
missing at home? To me, that's like the whole purpose of trips. Is
I
like
have a
getting
whole-
out of your environment and reflecting.
I have
to
a
come
whole
back.
folder on my phone of just airplane reflections before I go. So I'm
Yes,
like,
it's the
gotta
best.
get
Yeah.
over this. Gotta move
Oh
on from
my
this.
Yeah,
It's
so that is
Yeah,
my
just-
fave. And then
yeah.
also sleeping. I love sleeping on trips. Take a nap, sleep in. But when Max and I went to Hawaii, we had like a thing planned for every day. It wasn't an all day thing. We had built in time to relax, like in the
See,
afternoon
that's
morning.
nice.
back
Like
that.
one thing.
But we'd
I
go
could
on
do
like
that.
a hike. Well, we'd actually do two things. We do like a
Okay.
hike during the day and then relax a little bit in the afternoon, shower, chill, and then we go out to like a nice dinner.
Okay,
So
that's
it's like,
nice.
there was like,
counts
it
as
was
an
a
activity
good-
because you have to eat anyway. I
Right.
mean, I guess you could
Well,
go to
yeah,
your
that's an
room,
activity
but,
to me.
But we're like getting dressed up, going to, walking around, looking at a certain area.
No,
So it was
that's- yeah.
so fun. Getting snow cones, it was great.
Aw, I
That was a
like
great
that.
trip.
Should we
Wow,
start
I
another
didn't know we had
round?
so many travel
Yeah.
opinions.
Yeah, love talking about travel.
it.
Round 2.
Okay, I can start because I started last time.
Okay, go.
I don't like Diet Coke.
Ew,
okay,
me either.
I don't think I've ever tried it.
I feel like this
It's
is like
gross.
the drink of young
Everyone
women.
loves it.
Like someone,
It's
someone
a
posted on
marketing
Instagram.
ploy. It's not real.
Someone
It
posted on
tricked
Instagram
everyone.
the other day. They're like, "What would you have to give up and you couldn't live without?" And it was like your daily Diet Coke. I was like, "Ew."
That's not that
Okay,
good
to
for
me,
you.
this is my rant on that. I like soda. I think soda is really good.
Great.
I love
I
it
love
with
soda.
pizza.
Love it.
I don't know. It's just good. It's a good drink. I don't drink it that often, but I do love it. And it's not,
it.
everyone knows soda's not great for you. But Diet Coke tastes horrible. So if
Horrific.
you're going to go there and just be like, I'm having a soda, it's not good for me. Diet
Just
Coke is
have
not better
Coke.
for you.
I've
Sounds like
heard
I
it's
think it
more
tastes
addicting
good.
because of the
Well,
ingredients.
and
it's more
I've
addicting than
read
regular
many
soda.
things that say that artificial sweeteners are actually really bad for you and a lot of
Yeah.
times worse than actual sugar.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm like,
Uh-oh.
if you're gonna do something that's not good for you, just go for the real thing. I
agree.
don't like. I think the aftertaste or
But
It's
people
gross.
like how it tastes.
I
hate
don't like
gross.
it.
The
That's
fake sugar
too far.
taste.
I want to taste
I
it.
tried to like it, couldn't
I'm
do it.
what it
scared.
tastes like.
I don't
now.
like
Yeah,
it.
hate Diet Coke.
Ooh, I have a food one to piggyback on that. I love hamburgers, and I don't really like cheeseburgers.
What? That is so
Cheeseburgers
weird.
are
gosh,
so
I love
good.
And my husband pointed this out. He's like,
Are
"You
they
don't
that
like
different?
cheese," and I was like, "No, I like cheese. I get
They
cheese on my
are
sandwich.
kooks.
I eat cheese
So
cubes.
different.
I eat straight cheese, but I don't know why. I got used to eating it without cheese for some reason, and I love it. I love the taste of a burger patty, and I don't want anything getting in the way of it of the
I
cheese.
can see that.
I think
cheese.
hamburgers
That
are
is
good
wild.
without the cheese, but I
love
love
the taste of beef.
I feel like if I don't get cheese on the burger, it doesn't taste that different to me.
Oh, it
shoot.
tastes different.
Well, yeah,
for
because
sure.
you got the pickles,
Okay,
the
wait,
bacon, the barbecue
because
sauce. There's so many different.
She doesn't have that many
toppings.
toppings, though.
Lisa's very
I
plain.
do so many toppings.
I do
Me too.
beef, lettuce, tomato, onion, ketchup.
Wait, that's a lot more than I
pretty much
thought.
it.
I thought you do like.
Oh.
No, that's
No, that was when I
Nick.
was like 17.
Oh.
I do lettuce, tomato, onion,
That's actually
ketchup.
more than I thought.
I do
There's a
pickles.
lot more than I thought.
I'll do
Wow.
if it comes with
I'm
other stuff, but I
shocked.
always get the cheese off. I'm like, oh, I'll try your special sauce. I'll do that, but don't
Okay,
put
she's
cheese
doing
on.
a bunch of toppings.
But
I
don't
think
put
if
the
you
cheese
have-
on.
I think if you have a bunch of toppings and condiments,
good.
then the cheese, I don't even really taste it. I
notice it.
notice.
Because
do.
it's
That's
because
true.
I'm the same way.
I was dairy free with Barrett breastfeeding for like several months, and so I couldn't have the cheese on it. And I was like, wait, I don't really notice a difference.
Oh, a
Because I put
burger
so
and
much
fries
on
is
it.
the best dairy-free meal. That's what I lived
Yes,
off of
it's
for
very
years.
satisfying.
Although the buns a lot of times have a little dairy, and you gotta watch out for that. But anyway,
I can do another opinion.
Opinion.
I like when movies have sad endings.
What?
I like a sad ending.
that ruins
okay, what
my
kind
day.
of sad
explain
ending?
this.
What
Why?
kind?
Yeah.
Because
tell me one.
I just
Like where the person just dies, or what do you
yeah,
mean?
like
Oh
where
my-
you end the movie just crying.
What?
You want to
I
feel something?
like it.
I
Okay, wait,
hate
but
it.
is there
I
a
hate it. I
resolution
hate
where
it.
it's like, oh yeah, this
No.
is how it ended, or it's confusing ending? What do you mean?
It's not confusing. It's
just
just
sad.
sad. Like, you're not confused. I don't like confusing endings. You're like, what was that movie about? I just like, I like it when it's like, oh, it just
Wait, like the Fault in Our Stars
tears
kind
your
of
heart
ending?
out. Yeah, it just tears your heart
You're
out, and you're just
crazy.
like, oh, it just feels like you really had an experience.
Those ruin
and I like it.
my mental state.
I like it.
I
I
get too
think
attached.
I don't like those. Now, but now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait, do I hate
It kind of
them?
messes me
I
up.
know Amy doesn't like that.
They
I know
ruin
that.
my mental state.
Although if I go in knowing it's sad, I'm like, okay, I'm prepare myself. But if I don't know, I'm like, how could this do this to me? I wasn't prepared
Yeah,
for
I
that.
really have to just be in it and loving it, and then I'll accept it. And I do love a good cry. I do love a good cry, but
I just
Yeah.
like it. Like some people really hate sad endings, but
I
I
know.
actually
I don't
like.
think
I
I
like
like
a
them.
good sad. Oh, you know what? Before I Fall has a really sad ending, but I love that,
one.
movie.
Oh, watch
That
that
is a
already?
good movie.
I
forgot
don't
about
think I
that.
know
It's
that.
so good.
I'll go with another movie one.
It is really sad, but it's good.
And then
Yeah.
she has
I don't know.
You haven't seen it, I don't
Wait,
think.
I saw it.
I'm pretty sure you saw it.
It was
I
that
feel
one
like you
brunette
probably
girl.
declined to.
No,
Okay, I don't remember. I don't remember.
I feel like you probably didn't go.
Yeah,
because
we
I
should
feel
watch
like
that
you
movie.
didn't-
It's a good one.
that is a
don't
great movie.
remember.
I bawl my eyes out
It's
willingly.
so good because
I
it
feel
really
like it wasn't that
really
good.
gets
it's
you.
meaningful.
Yes,
It's like,
the meaning, the purpose. Oh, I love it. Okay, I would say my media related one that I'm piggybacking on first is that I live to spoil things. I love it. I live, laugh,
Oh yeah,
love it.
you love spoilers.
because
Wait, you
I
mean for
have
others
control
or yourself?
issues
For yourself.
For
Oh, for
myself.
Not for other people.
Why else do you think I love Hallmark? The trailers
Amy,
even
I
spoil
think there's
it.
probably a
Like,
lot. There's probably a lot more people than you think who agree
I
with that.
go into
Spoilers?
Hallmark
Yeah.
knowing exactly how it ends. I'm happy. I'm content.
Jimmy, life is
Okay.
the ultimate no spoiler though.
Comment if you
There's
love.
already too much of that in my
Comment
life.
if
so
you
then I have
love.
to.
Comment if you love spoilers. I just want to know.
This
Does
is
anyone?
the weirdest. I had the
I feel
weirdest
like
sensation.
I don't.
You seek them out.
Yes.
I'd be surprised.
Yes, I had
every
the
time.
weirdest sensation when I was watching Juno the other night with my friends.
that
I had
movie.
no clue what was happening, and it was really weird.
Oh my god.
I was
But
like, "What's going on?"
Did you get to
Wow,
the
this is
end
gonna be
and
so
love
many
it?
movie
Yeah.
ideas. I
You
haven't
don't
even
need to
taken
take it for a ride.
That one doesn't have like a lot of drama where
Yes.
it's like, oh, I wasn't ready. Like you could get
Yeah.
through that with no
I have
spoilers.
a problem where I will start spoiling shows, and then I don't want to watch anymore because I'm like, I don't want to watch this bad thing happen 3 seasons from now.
Wow, Amy.
See, I just get
Gosh,
annoyed
I
if I
can't.
already know, because I'm like, I do want to watch that, but not know
It's
it was gonna
about the
happen.
journey.
I know.
I want
It's
that
just
feeling.
how I am. I'm trying to get less of it because I feel like it might be better for me, but I don't really know.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I have
Who
one.
else?
Wait, I didn't go yet.
Oh, go ahead.
In round 2.
Oh.
Okay, so this is a deeper one that is going to be, not anyone here is going to give a rip. I don't really, well, you might give a rip, but it's not something that anyone's done at this point, but you could in the future. But this is incredibly popular. Like, I feel like almost everyone does this, so I have to give a big disclaimer, which is just like, I don't think you're a bad person. I'm just saying this doesn't sit right with me, okay? So I'm just saying that. Just
wait, I think I
open
know
your
what you're
mind.
gonna say.
You do?
Yeah.
What?
No, I want her to say it
anything?
first.
Say it.
Okay, I don't think, or trying for a boy or a girl
Oh, never mind. That's
does
not what I was
not
gonna say.
sit right with me.
Wait, how does that even make
Everyone
sense?
does this.
How do you try for
Yeah,
a
that
boy?
was really
Everyone,
dramatic.
they have a boy first. They have they have a boy first, and they go, "Oh, I really hope this one's a girl." Whatever. Or say they have 2 boys in a row, then they're like, are you going to try for a girl now?
How would you
Yes.
try that?
You don't. So then they say, this is my problem. That's my problem. I'm not hating on you. Don't get mad at me. You can get mad at me. I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying this is why it doesn't sit right with me. Just think about it, okay? Just think about it. So they're like, yes, I have 2 boys, and I really want a girl now. So then they try for a girl, but they get a boy. And then they're really upset. They have this thing called gender disappointment, which it's okay. You can have that.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
you see
saying-
that a lot in like the gender
I'm not
reveals.
saying
People
you
are like,
can't-
ugh.
I'm not saying you can't have that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's very sad to me when you can't, like we're saying, there's some things on the internet, but really you can't, there's no like way you can be like, oh, I know if I do this, I'm going to have, there's just no way. So you try for a girl, and then they're like, some of the earliest experiences of them is you being disappointed that they're not what you were expecting them to be, which they
I get
could
what you're
never
saying. Where it's like
change.
people keep having kids just to try to have a girl.
Well,
or
I'm
a
not
boy.
saying having the kids is the problem. I'm saying
No, but like
the problem of
that
being like,
mindset.
it's
Not
weird
happy is
mindset
what I
to
have.
go into this even thinking like I
Like having a
really I
preference,
really want this
guess.
one to be a boy. I'm not saying you can't do that. Everyone does that, but I'm saying it's kind of pointless because you can't control it, and then it's like you're so disappointed, and then that child
Now
is
you have
like
15 kids.
I know you have to change. I know you have to change your mindset, but then it's like they're already like a disappointment from the beginning. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's kinda
this
sad.
child was my one that was supposed to be a boy, but they're
And they
actually a girl.
always grow up knowing
They
that.
can feel it, yeah.
When people are
They
disappointed.
tell them.
Yes, I've heard that so
Okay,
many
I
times.
have a
They're
real
like,
problem with that.
Oh,
Don't
my
tell
name
them
was
that.
supposed to be this.
I was
but-
supposed to be like, my dad didn't get a son, so like
to.
I'm the one that did all this stuff with him.
I know
and
people
you're like,
make jokes about that, but that doesn't sit right with me. That just
Okay.
sounds wrong. It sounds very
and
wrong.
It's similar to when people say like, "Oh, I was the oopsie baby." It's like,
I
yeah, that's
hate
a different
that.
you know, like
situation.
you had a kid, and then 10 years later, your parents got pregnant unexpectedly, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't mean to have a kid. Oops!" Like, but that's just really sad because it's. I feel like,
not exactly the same thing.
well, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but I'm
I'm
saying
saying when the kid knows they were an
it's
accident.
yeah,
or
that's what I'm
whatever.
saying.
Okay.
I think that people like just my opinion, piggybacking off what you're saying. I feel like the thing about like birth and stuff is like. And having kids is we like you said we don't have control over it, and you are setting yourself up for disappointment if you have a really strong, which I feel like as someone who has 2 boys, I was thinking, gee, I really hope I have a girl one day because I would like to.
I wanted to add that statement in that it's not bad to be like I have
It's just
a
a
desire
desire.
to
Yeah.
have a girl one day. I don't think that's bad,
But,
or I have a
yeah.
desire to have a boy. I don't think that's bad at all. But I do think it's bad. Well, no, okay. It doesn't sit right with me to say this is my trial right here.
It's my
for
chance.
Yeah,
a boy.
that's kind of
I
dehumanizing.
want this baby to be a boy, but really, you're having a child. They could be whatever, and you can't control that.
And they're a gift, no
Their
matter
life,
what.
Their life. Okay, people are just gonna disagree with this. I just know, but. Their life is not there to like fulfill your need for a specific
that's true.
boy
Experience.
or girl. People, this is
Okay,
what
anyway.
everyone does. I'm just telling you, everyone does this. Like, it's such a common thing. It's so common. It's like really common to be like, oh, are you gonna try for a boy? Are you gonna try for a girl?
Well,
and
and
then
the thing
say,
about-
are you
Yeah.
complete? Is your family? Someone just says to me on Instagram, is your family complete now that you have
A boy and a girl
and a boy?
Someone said to me, they're like, oh, like before I knew what the twins were, they're like, well, if you get a boy and a girl, you can just stop there. I had multiple people say that to me.
which is interesting because then
That's
it's like
such a weird
if you get
mindset
another
if you
boy,
think about it.
he
Have more.
wasn't good enough to like
Complete
to
the family.
be completing your family or whatever you want to say. It's like it's only good enough if you get both, and it just doesn't sit right with me. But people are really upset, like the gender disappointment thing. It's a very real thing. I know. I'm not saying you can't have your feelings. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying it's weird if you put all of that on that child and they already have this like huge weight of this big expectation on them and they can't control that. They didn't do anything. I just think it's like sets it up for a weird
And
dynamic.
I can think of so many really cool families that had all boys or all girls. There are so many cool families. You don't need to have both.
And then they say, oh, you were just trying for a girl?
Right, and that's so
Like,
invalidating.
your life was just, your parent just wanted a girl. That's your life. The end. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it doesn't define you,
But
especially
yeah,
if you
I
come
know
from
this
a
is a
family.
hot. This,
It's
hot
deep. That's
button
a deep topic.
I didn't know it
controversial.
was a hot button topic, honestly.
Oh my
feel like
gosh.
I guess I could
encountered
see
it.
that. Yeah.
People
Yeah.
just make those comments like, and it's like, come on.
I've seen so much of this on the internet.
Well, shoot.
And then I just hate it. Okay, it just makes me so sad when I hate this. When I see the gender reveals, and then you see the dad or the mom. I feel like it's more often the dad, but I've seen moms where they just go,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah, that's
well, here's what
sad.
makes me so
And then
sad."
What do you? Okay, well, we really need to move on. What do you think
so
when
sad.
someone is really excited at their gender reveal? Is that bad?
I think you should be excited for both. Period.
Right. I'm saying if
Every
you're
time
like,
you should be excited.
"Yes!"
Yes. I think you should be excited every time, is what I think, and you can't control that. But I think you should be like, I have a child. What are they? Let's find out. Awesome, we found out. Yay, we found out. It's not as much like, yay, I'm so glad I got this one, not the other
and that
one.
goes back to the
like,
narcissistic
yay, we know
culture
what they
of
are.
America, where it's like, which I'm not everyone is like this, but I'm saying a lot of people have this view that like my kid is here to serve my needs,
And they're like a mini
and
me.
make
I
me
need a mini
happy.
me.
Where it's like, right. And they're like, oh, yeah, people say
Like the
that in
mom,
these comments,
I
like,
need this
oh,
mini
they're going to
me.
be a mini me. And I'm like, what if your child is literally the opposite of you, looks nothing like you, doesn't like anything you like, you love sports, they love music. Like, I don't know. It's not about you, it's about them
That's
more.
what I'm saying.
So,
It's not about you.
yeah, I agree with that. But anyway,
Yeah,
that
but
might be
I know
unpopular.
that's
really-
not popular.
I have a really heavy one to follow up with.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I love returning items that I bought. I love it.
I love
You seem to be
returning
on one or
things.
the other
I
end
hate
on
it.
Get
this.
your money back.
Get it back. Ooh, yeah.
it's such a hassle. I
Because
hate
you
it.
look at that big bill and I bring a bunch of clothes to try on. You know, I don't know why. Like the pandemic changed me. I don't want to try them on in public anymore.
I agree.
It's pretty
I
rare
don't
that I
wanna
do
go in
that.
the dressing room anymore.
I bring them home and try them on. I'm like, all right, don't want this, don't want that. Bring it back. Cut that bill in half.
I wish
I
that I
love it.
loved. I would love to love returning things.
It's
It's
so
such a
easy
good
and
feeling.
fun, and you
Wish I
feel so
loved it.
And it's
powerful.
like you're probably gonna go there.
Yes.
Look, this
Not
is what
fun.
my strategy. You bring that bag in with their receipt and all the stuff. When you go in your bathroom, take things out, try them on, whatever you don't like, immediately back in the bag with the receipt. Back in the bag with the receipt. Then you put it like by your door or in your car. A lot of times I put my returns back in my car immediately.
That's a good idea.
Now you're going to Target already. You have to buy something else. Go return your stuff.
I
It's
agree.
at the same checkout that you would buy things.
I
Go to the
agree.
return
I can't do
stand.
it.
I love
It's
returning.
right there.
I
Ooh.
love it.
Okay,
Love,
who has
love
one
it.
last one?
I do it all the time.
Who wants to go last one? Who's got a spicy one?
Let me see if any of mine are spicy at all.
And then if you guys want to hear more, we have a lot more, so we could do another
one.
episode.
This this is mine. That it's okay to not want to be friends with someone for any reason, and it shouldn't be offensive. Just say to someone, "Hey, I don't want to be friends with you."
Oh,
I agree.
I think that would be
Love
offensive to me,
that.
even though I agree that it's okay.
It's offensive, but
You know
it's
what's funny
like
is in my
it shouldn't be
Peloton
like
class
seen
this
as something
morning-
wrong.
In my Peloton class this morning, he's like, you know what? I'm sorry. He's like, you don't have to be friends with someone. We grew up with his best friends forever. You don't have to be friends with someone forever. Friends are for different seasons. And I was like, oh my gosh,
It's just
tell me
like
about it.
true.
I feel like it's seen as like rude to just be honest and just be like, look, I don't think we should be friends anymore. And it's not even a hate comment like, I hate you, ruined my life. Just like, we're not really friends, or just someone who's trying to be friends with you and you're like, hey, like, I
Yeah.
don't really see that for us. I get how it hurts people's feelings, but it should just be
It's
seen
just,
as like,
what is the difference
well,
of this and a
sucks.
breakup?
I
What
feel
is
like
the
people
difference?
should be able to see it.
You should be able
People
to
should be able to
accept
tell.
that some people don't want to be friends with you, and it's okay.
Feel
It
like you
doesn't
can
mean
tell.
Well,
you're a bad
that's what
person
I'm
or
saying.
annoying or this and
When
that.
in relationships, you expect most of them to end, to break up. You expect, oh, yeah, people might not be a match for you. We have this understanding. And then with friendship, it's like once it starts,
It's like
Your
it's
best
forever.
friend.
It's
you'll
forever.
never
Yeah.
break
Right.
up. But it's like,
a good
why would it
point.
be, oh, just because we're the same gender or something, or not, then we're stuck together for life. You
Yeah.
wouldn't think
a good
most
point.
people you date, you're not going to end up with forever.
yeah.
Yeah, we should apply that to friendships. Okay,
I
guys,
agree.
we need to move on to Sister Spotlight. We have way more of these. So we feel like we have to do another episode. of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I agree. Part
Sister
2.
Spotlight, where a different sister gets a spotlight on her each week. Where we have, what was it? Okay, Rose, Christina, Sappy, Size Thoughts with Kath, Lisa's
Corner.
Amy's Current Crisis, and Lauren's Take. And this week, the sister is. Ding! Lauren's Take.
Lauren!
Uh-oh.
All right,
gosh.
so we got some questions from our patrons for Lauren. And also, I'd like to say it's a really cute shirt.
Thank you.
Okay, so also everyone kept asking these like really like fun, fresh questions like, what's your favorite summer meal? And I was like, anyone have any deep questions? So we're kind of doing a mix
Oh
here.
no.
Okay, so this is from Logan. They said, how do you deal with lack of confidence in something you do?
In something you do?
Like when you feel lack of confidence and you're trying to do something, but you don't feel confident, I think they're saying, what do you do?
Oh.
Yeah.
Lack of confidence.
Like having to call someone about a problem.
You have to do
like with
something,
a
but you
company
feel
or
insecure
something?
about it.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you get through
How do you
it?
do that? I don't know. You just do it anyway. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's this thing of like, oh, I'm scared or I'm not confident in this, so I just need to get confident about it. I need to stop being scared of it. But I don't think that's always realistic, that you're just gonna go from being unconfident about something that maybe you have a reason to be not confident about it. Like calling someone, it's like, I'm not that good at that. Like, you're not gonna just go from like, I'm bad at this to like, I'm great, I'm so confident. I think it's more like, you know what? I'm not that good at this, but in doing it, I will get better. So I need to just do it, and eventually I think I could be good at it. So right now, it's just a journey. I'm on the journey right now, and I just got to keep doing it. You know, feel the fear, do it anyway.
I like
I
it.
think that's what I do.
All right. This is from Felicity. What is the best vacation/trip you've ever been on?
It's good for this episode.
Vacation.
Yeah, we talked a lot about traveling.
I don't know. I feel like when we went to like Rosemary Beach or something. What was that for?
That was
Seaside.
fun. Yeah, there's
Where'd
like
you
a
go?
fun band,
In
like
the
sister
Airbnb?
trip.
That was really
Yeah, I feel like that
Slash
was
band.
fun. I just remember we were
was
just,
fun.
you know, chilling.
That
I
was
remember
a-
we just watched TV all day.
And Mom and I went on a walk. We were like, they don't want to do anything. We gotta get out.
Mom didn't have an itinerary.
We were just
No.
chilling, and I thought it was just like relaxing and fun. I think I don't
Yeah.
remember exactly what happened, but I just that pops up in my mind as like a good chill time. So
Yeah.
All right, here's a lighter one from Isabel. She said, "What is your favorite summertime meal?" I thought that was a good question.
okay, I don't understand this question. What's a summertime meal?
Like, what's something you eat in the summer? Oh, I have the perfect one, but anyway, that's not about me.
Oh my God.
I think I eat the same things
Year round.
year round.
Yeah.
What about watermelon?
That's not a meal.
No, that's an example of a food you'd pretty much only eat in the summertime.
I can't think of a summertime meal. It's just food all
I'll,
year.
that's actually, yeah, okay, that's true.
So sorry,
Okay,
I don't have one.
I'll change the question. What's the favorite summertime food?
That's the same thing to me. I eat the same thing. I don't eat
Popsicle,
watermelon in
if
the
you're gonna ask
summer.
the question, you have to accept the answer.
Yeah, my
Okay.
answer is I don't have one.
Okay. This is probably my favorite question that I don't think I've ever gotten this before. From Felicity also. What is your favorite thing about each of your brothers?
Oh my God.
Each of my brothers. Oh my gosh. I'll just start from youngest. Okay, Joey is nice to me.
Joey's really nice.
When my other younger brothers are not that nice to me, honestly. So that's my favorite thing about Joey. Nick. Nick always bullies me. Nick's pretty funny though. I'll say that. Nick's
Nick
funny.
is helpful too.
Oh yeah, Nick's helpful.
Like if you need Nick, he'll be there.
Christian. We have good deep talks. That's good.
Love it.
Alex. I feel like Alex is there for me emotionally when I need
love
that. So I appreciate that. And I feel like Michael is there for me more like physically, like to help with stuff if I need it. Like he'll
Love
come
that.
like fix my car or something if I need that. So I'd say that.
Oh, that was nice.
All right, last one is from Saramar. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Do you prefer phone, laptop, or TV?
TV. Oh, like the actual
Like,
television.
I guess like which one? Yeah.
Probably entertainment.
Wait, is that how
Well,
you?
you probably do different things for each one, like your
do I
laptop.
prefer?
When you
So
think
is
of
this
those
like
objects,
if I didn't have one of them?
when you think of those objects, which one makes you the most excited to use it?
Well, probably my phone. I use my phone the most.
There you go.
Yeah, for lots of different things.
But I use my laptop to watch TV. So
and you also I was thinking you use your laptop to produce music and stuff.
Yeah, maybe I actually like my laptop better. Yeah.
And it's bigger
I'd say
screen.
that.
Laptops are fun.
And phone, you take pictures.
Okay.
They are.
Yeah, I say laptop.
Laptops.
All right, well, that's what we got for
Okay.
today.
Well, that was our episode.
That was fun. We should definitely do a part
That
2
was cute.
of that episode.
We have a lot more to say. Okay, so don't get too mad about mine. Just saying.
What's done is done.
you think.
What's
'Cause
done
everyone
is done.
does that.
I think it's okay for people to be mad, but
Yeah.
just don't be rude.
I'm just
Like,
empathizing
you know what
with
I mean?
your child.
It's
Look,
okay to disagree.
You have your opinion, they have yours. That's it.
They have
That's
yours.
it. They have theirs.
Okay. So, guys, we'll see you in the next episode. Remember, if you want to get all the full episodes, join our Patreon, linked in the description. We have so much good stuff on there. Just try it out for a month. If you want to support us, we really, really appreciate it. So, thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.